are.
We are scientists.
We are researchers.
We are mathematicians.
We are engineers.
We are women in engineering.
We are problem solvers.
We are
collaborators.
We are friends.
We are competitors.
We are community.
We are diverse.
We are driven.
We are confident.
We are adventurous.
We are curious.
We are dreamers.
We are fun.
We are volunteers.
We are leaders.
We are entrepreneurs.
We are student athletes.
We are rocket scientists.
We are engineers
snowboarders.
We are safe.
We are sweet.
We are ship.
We are She is Emmy.
We are Goldie-Craft.
We are resilient.
We are hopeful.
We are interdisciplinary.
We are inspiring.
We are CSE.
We are CSE.
We are CSE.
We are CSE.
We
are
graduating.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Aerospace Engineering and Mechanics graduation ceremony. I'm Perry Leo, professor and head of the department, and I am so glad to see everybody here in person this morning. First, I want to congratulate everyone on graduating. The AEM class of 2021 will go down in history as one of the most resilient, flexible, and hardworking group of students we've ever seen. I am well aware how challenging the past 15 or so months have been for everyone, from courses on Zoom, hybrid lab courses, restrictions on the many projects and group activities you've all had over the course of your U of M career. But from my courses, from hearing from students and colleagues, I also see how hard everyone, students, faculty, TAs, have worked to make the most out of the year. Some things about the past year have been okay, but most of it has not been very fun. Regardless, I'm very happy to be with you all here right now. I do want to mention that over the past 15 or so months, I've had many discussions with students, colleagues, friends about mental health issues, physical health issues, family issues, and I know my colleagues have as well. This has been a challenging year. On the other hand, I've had students ask me how I'm doing or simply thank me at the end of a lecture. And that's really meant a lot to me, and I've appreciated all those kind words. I've seen that we've all tried to the best of our ability to help each other this past year. And I hope this event, this year, this degree, shows not only your academic achievements, but also our shared humanity as we've navigated the pandemic. My colleagues and I sincerely want to continue to be a part of your lives and hope that you stay a part of ours and each other's. The AEM, CSC, and UMN communities extend well beyond campus and well beyond the 4 or so years that you spend here. We are honored to be a part of the community with you. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the College of Science and Engineering, Professor Moss Cave.
First challenge, how do you take a mask off? Thank you, Perry. Hello, graduates. Congratulations on your commencement. AEM class of 2021, you have achieved a tremendous feat. We know the dedication and self-discipline sacrifices that require normally to earn a degree in the College of Science and Engineering. But these are not normal times, and you have graduated during a very difficult period. What this pandemic has reinforced, though, is the critical work of scientists and engineers. With your graduation from the College of Science and Engineering, you're now among them. You are needed. Your contributions can make a difference. The commencement is the college's happiest and most important occasion of the year. It is a symbol of accomplishment of you, the graduates, and a milestone as you move on to the world beyond the university. It is a time to celebrate your achievement with your parents, with your family and friends. I am very sorry that we are not able to be together in one ceremony as a CSE class of 2021, along with parents, friends, and many representatives of the faculty. But please join me with a round of applause to thank all who have supported you during your time at the university. Although you are finishing one chapter of your life now, you are also beginning another. Step into that new chapter boldly as you have faced this challenging past year. Many of you will enter the workforce at a very uncertain time, but don't forget, you're resilient. And as an engineer, you are a problem solver. At this critical moment in our country and in countries around the world, we need problem solvers. We need problem solvers like you who are resilient, who can adapt and adjust on the fly, who can think and innovate in a crisis. On behalf of everyone at this college, I want you to know that we are so very proud of your achievement. You are our next innovators, thought leaders, and entrepreneurs who will help us through the current crisis, the next, and many others in the future. You are our hope for the future. I remind you that although graduating seniors have now been honored for their accomplishments, your accomplishments, you do not officially have degrees just yet. Only the Board of Regents has the authority to confer the degrees. I wish you all the best after graduation, and I hope you continue to stay engaged with us, your department, and your college. Congratulations, AEM class of 2021. Stay strong, stay safe.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Johannes Ketema, Director of Undergraduate Studies at AEM. I want to congratulate the graduating class on their great achievement under these difficult circumstances, and I also want to thank you for joining us for this celebration. I would like to introduce the next speaker, Sophia Vedvik. Sophia started at the University of Minnesota in fall of 2017. She's now graduating as a double major with a Bachelor of Arts in Chinese Language and Literature from CLA and a Bachelor of Aerospace Engineering and Mechanics from CSE. In Aerospace Engineering and Mechanics, Sophia is graduating with honors, summa cum laude, for which she has written a thesis entitled Using Extended Kalman Filters for Optimal Sensor Placement in Fluid Flows. During her years at AEM, Sophia has been active in research and various student organizations. In particular, she has served as president of Rocket Team since 2019 and secretary of AIAA Student Chapter, May 2018 to May 2020. Sophia is the recipient of several honors and awards. Just to name a few, AIAA National Chapter Diversity Scholar, Fall 2019 and Fall 2020, Richard and Shirley DeLeo Scholarship, Fall 2020, and Lin Jan Scholarship, Fall 2019 and Fall 2020. Please welcome Sophia Vedvik.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for that introduction, Professor Ketema. I'm excited to see you all in person today, even if I can only see the top half of your faces. I know we're all pretty tired of lectures, so I'll try to keep this short and entertaining. Today I will tell you a little bit about me and how I ended up standing here. So if we all time travel back together about 4 years to my senior year of high school, I was sure of two things. One, I liked planes, and two, I was good at math, or at least that's what my parents told me. This led to a lot of soul searching, research on degree programs, and college tours, all of that, all of which landed me here at the Department of Aerospace Engineering and Mechanics at the University of Minnesota. Despite having a university and degree program picked out, I still had no idea what I really wanted to do with my life. I was just following what I knew I liked at a place that seemed like a pretty decent school. So in fall 2017, an uncertain little Sophia started on her college journey. Some more insight into little Sophia. She was very quiet, rarely spoke to her classmates, and was too afraid to ask questions in class or to really talk at all, and came into college with pretty much zero self-confidence. What she did know, though, was that she wanted to change. She wanted to be loud, make her own space on campus, and to not be afraid to ask for help. Now, since I'm standing here today, you can probably assume that I accomplished this, as speaking in front of more than 10 people is something I could not have imagined doing about 4 years ago. So how did I go from barely talking to standing in front of you all today? Well, step one was trying to make friends, not really my forte at the time. I attended probably 10 different student group meetings in my first month at the U, eventually landing a spot in the AIAA chapter and in the UMN rocket team. I did not have an inkling of what professional development really meant, nor did I have any high-power rocketry experience, but I could see there were people in these groups just as curious and hardworking as me. So I pushed against the terrified and nervous feelings I had walking into these rooms full of strangers, all in the name of making my own space on campus. I will spare you all the details, but fast forward to the end of my freshman year. I had just been elected to run a project team on the rocket team, was appointed as secretary for the AIAA student chapter, and was packing my bags for a 2-month study abroad term in China, a stark contrast to what fall semester looked like for me. While speaking in front of people was still an anxiety-inducing experience, and it still kind of is, I had my teammates to cheer me on along the way, eventually paving the way for me to become president of the rocket team. I have not only my teammates to thank for this change in character, but also everyone in the audience here, whether you are physically here or watching from your home. All of you graduating today never failed to amaze me with your drive, dedication, and intelligence. For real, you guys are really smart. You motivated me to study hard and always offered homework help when needed, no matter how last minute. You also created an incredibly inclusive environment here in the department, which allowed me to really be myself, to not be afraid to ask the dumb questions, and to make some of my fondest memories, like sleeping on that super comfortable couch in the atrium of Ackerman at 3 a.m. And of course, I cannot forget to thank the professors that helped me along the way for answering all of my dumb questions, providing one of the best learning environments, and getting me excited about aerospace. You taught me how to stay curious and have emboldened me during my undergraduate career. I know my parents are watching the live stream, so I should thank them too for putting up with my wild self and being my biggest cheerleaders. I also want to thank my boyfriend Simon, who is also watching this live stream, for dealing with me during my good times, my bad times, and the times where I felt like I was straight up losing my mind over simple algebra. Lastly, I need to thank my family's dogs, Murphy and Marley, for always accompanying me on walks when I needed to get away from the endless Zoom meetings. I know this past year and a half has not been anything any of us expected or wanted it to be, but despite the physical distance that was put between us, I believe we grew closer as a class. We powered through the technical difficulties, unstable internet connection, as well as those embarrassing moments when you realized you left yourself unmuted as you very loudly blew your nose. Not that that ever happened to me. I commend you all for your dedication and drive, and I'm extremely proud to say I am a part of this group. While I do not know the specifics of what each and every one of you plan on doing after today, I know that this room is filled with incredible individuals that will continue on to explore new horizons in aerospace. And I'm also crossing my fingers that at least one of you ends up making their way to Mars or something. In sum, I got very lucky to end up here with all of you to support me in various ways. I hope I was able to do the same for some of you, whether it be having provided you some very last-minute homework help, making you feel welcome in the department, or simply making you laugh. I will end my speech with the words of the first and only woman to have been on a solo space mission, Valentina Tereshkova, as her Vostok 6 spacecraft blasted off in 1963. Hey, Sky, take off your hat. I'm on my way. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. Our next speaker is Robert Halverson. Robert started at the College of Science and Engineering as a freshman in 2017. Since December 2018, he has been working as an undergraduate research assistant with Professor Ryan Caverly of the Department of Aerospace Engineering and Mechanics. His work has been on topics such as aerostationary station keeping using model predictive control, spacecraft flexible appendage attitude control, and small UAV estimation and controller design. Robert's research work has led to 3 conference publications. In addition to research, Robert has been active in the AIAA student chapter at the Aerospace Engineering Department. He served as treasurer and purchasing manager from 2017 to 2019, and then as president of the student chapter 2019 through 2020. Robert has also been active in Rocket Team, where in the past 2 years he has been the motor testing lead for the group. Robert is a recipient of several honors and awards, including a NASA undergraduate scholarship and the GNC Undergraduate Travel Award. Please welcome Robert Halverson.
Wow, masks are hard to work off, aren't they? Last time I stood in front of this group of people, it was to try and coerce you into attending an AIAA general meeting. We had pizza. Very few of you came. Nonetheless, we're here. We don't have pizza, and this certainly isn't an AIAA general meeting. I guess you could say there's a little more pomp and circumstance. I'm so excited to be here with us today, most of us gathered together, and if I'm being honest, I'm feeling rather sentimental. But it's too early for me to cry, and if you know Rob, you know that I've got to get a few mediocre jokes out of the way first. So when I was a little nugget, about 6 or 7 years old, I became fascinated with flight. I loved flying on planes. I had no idea how they worked, which I guess most of us might still be a little confused on that one, seeing as we've taken half of aerodynamics online. The 747 does flap its wings, right? We can thank FD&C for that one. So this fascination with flight turned to space and the moon and the stars. Little Rob wanted to become an astronaut. Well, he still does. I'm sure most of us share those memories and aspirations. We found through grade school that we were probably good at math, enjoyed science maybe, and we worked hard. We learned our potential and we learned how to learn. I remember in 8th grade, I really discovered the world of engineering. Being my naive self, I looked up engineering on Google, I found the one that pays the most, and I said, okay, I want to be a petroleum engineer. Well, fast forward a few years, and this fascination with flight and space persisted, which brought me to aerospace engineering, and it brought me here. A place that I was once struggling to call home has transformed into a place of comfort, struggles, stresses, and a few too many trips to the Starbucks in Lind Hall. I'm sure many of us recall that stressful feeling of walking into your first lecture or discussion section on some arbitrary Tuesday afternoon in September. I had no clue what to expect, but it sure has been one heck of a ride. I remember taking multivariable calculus and not understanding a thing. That first exam, oof. I figured that by junior or senior year, I would be a pro at these things. And then Professor Mahesh said we could use Wolfram Alpha on our aerodynamics assignments. So I guess with regards to solving integrals, we learned how to be resourceful. We've all lived our human experiences to reach this point. We've been through a lot, like stressing over fluids homework in Ackerman Hall at 2 in the morning with our friends, or stressing over fluids homework in the biomed library, or stressing over fluids homework at home hyped up on too much drip pot coffee, or stressing over, I think you get the point, but we truly learned how to learn. We work together. We build and launch rockets, and we win competitions with said rockets. We design and build satellites and send them to space. We race drones with VR headsets. We build cars powered by the energy of the sun. We design, build, and fly RC planes and canister satellites to launch on sounding rockets. We 3D print, laser cut, lathe, and machine parts to build physical solutions. We perform research on complex aerospace applications and publish our findings. We also reach out to the community. We hold a heated paper airplane competition with youth at the state fair in order to spark the same fascination in the next generation of engineers. We work to challenge the status quo of diversity and inclusivity in this field. Yes, in the midst of stressful coursework and extracurriculars, we've put in hours towards creating a more equitable and accessible environment. We navigated a pandemic in the face of unjust actions in our community and sought out accountability. Through all of this, we learned from one another, we grew with one another, and we became a family. I'm thankful for the people here, students, faculty, and advisors alike. They're what make this home. Not the buildings, not the rockets, and not Sally's Saloon on a snowy Thursday night, although that helps. Look, I'm a first-gen college student, and I had no clue what to expect. Granted, I often still have no clue what I'm doing. But I can tell you one thing for sure. I am overwhelmingly proud to be a part of this group right here. This group which challenged me to be the best I could be. You even laugh at my horrible jokes, or sometimes. But you all make this easy. We've made memories together, like joking with Professor Mueller in orbital mechanics, listening to his top-notch jokes at the beginning of a lecture after taking bets on how late he'll be to the lecture. By the way, Campbell, I think I won most of those bets. Oh, and Professor Mueller, if you're watching, we never got that field trip in orbital mechanics. I'm just going to throw that one out there. Now, I've joked about online classes, but I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge our faculty in their impressive pivot to online formats. Big thanks for those deadline extensions as well. Normally, we'd come together to celebrate with each other and our peers in other departments in CSE. This isn't the usual feel of a full college commencement in Mariucci, but I think it'll do. Huge thanks to the department, the college, and the university for all they do to make things like this possible for us students and our families. This whole thing may not have ended the way we envisioned it, but I urge you to remember the lows and the highs, and to remember each other and our successes. Remember just how hard you worked to get to this point, and hold on to the comfort that we all started to feel as this truly became home. Hold on to the memories like stressing over the Aeromech reports you promised you wouldn't procrastinate. We're about to join industry, graduate school, military, or wherever we're drawn at a time where spaceflight is innovating at breakneck speed. Humanity is working towards becoming interplanetary, and some of us might support that. We're moving towards viable commercial supersonic flight, and some of us might support that. For thousands of years, humans have peered up to the sky, watching birds take flight, modifying their wing shape to glide over the horizon in a dance of the elegant forces unknown to us. Finally, humankind took flight. We iterated our design. We began looking down to the birds below in the comfort of a 400,000-pound machine that, mind you, doesn't have to flap its wings. Even this wasn't enough, as the thirst for innovation and the desire to seek out the unknown grasped the consciousness of the human mind. We continue to push the boundaries of what we thought was possible to take us to new worlds beyond this earth. We seize opportunities presented to us. We allow our curiosity, our perseverance, and intense passions define who we are. The bird took flight, and we flew higher. Like those that come before us, we're innovators, We're trendsetters and just some downright really great people. Putting all of this into words has been one of the more difficult tasks I've been assigned in the last 4 years, and I really hope I did us justice. Thank you for the opportunity and the absolute honor of working with all of you throughout our time here in this department. Fly high, aerospace engineering graduates, and thank you.
All right, thank you, Robert. Thank you, Sophia. Your leadership, passion for aerospace engineering, and work to keep your community together is truly awesome. So we've now come to the reading of names. So what's going to happen is the following. The volunteers are going to dismiss, or not dismiss, they're going to ask people by rows to come up. You're going to come up here to the banner and put your name card on the table, and Professor Longmire is going to read your name. Once she reads your name, you can walk across the stage and stand on the yellow X there, and your picture will be taken, and then you'll go off, and there's another picture, a banner over there where you can have a second picture taken. So we ask that you maintain social distancing while you're doing this, and as soon as the volunteers are ready, we will get started.
Michael Caravantes. Robert David Halverson. Sophia Viedvik. Patrick James Collins. Nick Conlon. Rachel Farr Davis. Joel Patrick Douglas. Jack Downs. Campbell Thierry Lunde Dunham. Thomas Fair. Elliot Higgins. Samuel James Hirsch. Ryan Horish. Lynn Huynh. Aaron Kramer. Emma Grace Lenz. Lengji Liu. Veronica Loomis. Catherine Linnea Lundgren. Jacob Meyer. Steele Mitchell. Whitney Madishaw. Robert Jason Nelson. Nathan Kazuo Noma. Adeyinka Amaato Yinbo. Macklin Polfleet. Hannah Riley. Noah Anson Richard Rivera. Michael Scott Peters. Charlie Rustad. Jake Schennebeck. Caleb Siekmeyer. Cody Simmons. Ryan Stubbe. Andrew Charles Van Gerpen. Jacob Wagner. Caden Wheely. Benjamin Willis. Xuanchen Zhou. David Cost. Aiden Busing. Dan Bombeck. Alex Baum. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody. I believe we now have a short video from one of our regents conferring the degree.
Greetings, graduates and families, faculty and staff, distinguished guests, everyone joining us. I am honored to preside at this commencement on behalf of the University of Minnesota Board of Regents. To the graduates, I extend congratulations. Through your talent, hard work, and determination, you have earned this day of recognition. We not only celebrate your academic accomplishments, but also the potential you have to make a positive difference in the next stage of your lives. You'll be contributing to your communities, the state of Minnesota, the nation, and even the world. To all the family and friends joining from near and far, thank you for the countless ways you've supported these students as they earned their academic degrees. In keeping with commencement tradition, will the graduates please rise as they are able? Upon the recommendation of the faculty, and by the authority of the regents, I now confer upon you the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations to every single one of you.
Again, congratulations to everyone. Please keep in touch and use us all as resources as you go on in your careers. We are so proud of you and so happy that you're a part of our aerospace engineering and mechanics community. So at this point, it's time to go on with the rest of our programming day. So as you will be dismissed by rows, kind of similar to how we did the calling of names, and you're asked to leave these doors over here to your right. So once again, it's been wonderful to see everybody. Congratulations and good luck in the rest of your career. Thank you.